hopefully we are live. I don't think I ever did the rules. I know what they're called. Yeah. Alright. Do that. So we're on season 8. Knowing what we got through the last time, we only are probably gonna get through season 8 and 9. We'll get to like 10. Maybe we'll get past 10. Who knows? But yeah.
Welcome to CaFae Latte.
That's very quiet. Like that. 50.
Hey, today's special is the raindrop tea.
So on.
We use rainwater create.
Alright. Hope that's better. And we are going to get started. Cyrus, the asexual icon. Very funny. Love Cyrus.
Welcome to CaFae Latte. Today's special is the raindrop tea. We use rainwater created and flavored by the Chinese dragons, who were very nice in flying it over here, and very not nice in drenching the clothes that I'd put on the line outside of my house. What can we get for you? You got it. $4.50. Are those teeth? Hey boss, what's the current conversion rate of teeth to cash?
Hey Andrew. On stream. How are you?
Cash. Let's see, we're low on that. Oh, with inflation, one baby tooth is $1.50 and adult is $2. I'm gonna need more Hellfire. We're just gonna pretend this is normal. Okay, where did you get the teeth? From kids, obviously. These are clearly baby teeth. Boss, a large raindrop with honey, please. Sure, I can do. Toothy! I haven't seen you in decades. How are you doing? Toothy. Wait a minute. Is that the Tooth Fairy? Yeah. I thought that was just something that parents made up, like Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny.
Hey Andrew. How are you?
They're also a thing, aren't they? I mean, their powers have been exaggerated over the years. No one can drop off that many presents or eggs in a single night, so the parents do play a role, but, yeah, they're real. I'm just...
Health insurance premiums will go up in January.
Don't care about healthcare premiums. Are you, like... Come on.
Now what about the...
Just gonna mentally deal with that one later. Right now, how and why did she get into the tooth business? Like, why are they valuable? Well, teeth are useful for a lot of spells and potions. Using the body part of someone can be used to curse or bless them, especially by human witches. But if you ground them down to a powder and mix it with some other stuff, it does protect the donors while still providing some cool magical properties. I guess that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Unless Boss decides to sell them to goblins. They like snacking on them. On teeth. They're a great source of calcium. Right. Okay. So is she the only Tooth Fairy, or... I mean, at this point, she's recruited hundreds, if not thousands of others, but yeah, she's the OG. You probably noticed that she's mute. Well, disabilities are rare among fairies and usually happen because of battle. Being born with one is like this huge mark of shame. Kids get kicked out of families for it. It's brutal. I was really lucky in that my parents didn't really think that my dyslexia was a big enough deal to warrant that. But Toothy was not so lucky. She wound up in the mortal realm and found work as a kid caretaker for a few centuries. She disguised herself as a mortal, of course, but you know, kids love magic and glamour. They don't care if the person doing it is mute. And of course, they would lose their baby teeth, which Toothy, she originally collected them to make sure that nobody else got any ideas about cursing the kids. And then she safely sold them for a bit of pocket money, and it just kind of took off from there. Huh. I'll bet her family's super embarrassed. Oh my god, you have no idea. She is one of the richest, most powerful, and most famous fairies in both realms. And every time they ask for money or a favor, she just shuts them right down. It's beautiful. Anyway, Boss is probably going to be chatting with her for a little while. Not at the moment, actually. Nicole is entertaining them while I finish stocking up. And then I'm going to go on my break and take my turn with Toothy. This is the program that I used when I was nonverbal. It's text-to-speech, faster than writing, and more easily understood than sign language, although your handwriting is very pretty.
Thanks. I wish this had been invented earlier.
I've been doing some research into magic and witchcraft, but it's very hard to tell what's legitimate and what isn't.
Sorry.
What magic uses teeth?
Sorry, is that who finds adorable? This is Nicole and Toothy. That's awesome. Nicole and Toothy. That's adorable.
Lots. You see.
Damn it, I need to ask that girl out. Excuse me. Yes, ma'am? You gave me the wrong drink.
Jason
Large
knows now.
mocha with unicorn blood? I asked for a large latte with unicorn blood. Pretty sure you did not, given that I repeated your order to you twice and you said yes both times. Just give me a refund and I won't tell your manager. Why did you wait until after you drank the entire thing to tell me that I got the order wrong? I didn't want to be rude. Right. If you make me get the manager, I'm going to ask her to dispel you to tell only the truth for at least long enough to ask if I really got that order wrong or if you're just after a free drink. You sure you want to speak with her? I'll just go. We get someone trying to scam us for a free drink or a cookie at least once a week. I guess I should consider that a compliment. Anyway, you got a minute? Yeah, what's up? How do I ask Nicole on a date?
Yes!
Okay, first of all, awesome. I've been waiting for you to make a move forever. But second of all, why are you asking me? Okay, you have an asexual pin, but not an aromantic pin. So I assume you feel romantic attraction and being 3 centuries old have some form of experience? I mean, yes, and sort of. Pretty sure the boss is Arrow. She only ever dated because she was pressured. Once that pressure was gone, very happily single. But anyway, my experience is relatively limited. I've only recently started dating, and honestly, I'm kind of unimpressed with the whole thing. Most of my limited experiences with supernatural creatures, not humans. I get the added bonus of having to find people who don't mind the lack of sexual attraction and lack of sexual interest, which heavily impacts my strategy. And my type tends to be a lot more extroverted and chaotic than our sweet little introverted artist. Having said all of that, have you tried just talking to her about your feelings and asking her out? Well, what if she says no? Then you two get to be awkward for a little while until you get over your feelings and go back to being friends. What if she doesn't like any of my date ideas? Provide a variety of options. If she doesn't like any of them, that's a pretty big indication that you two are not compatible, in which case, back to point A. Why would she even say yes to me? Because you're kind to her, you go out of your way to accommodate her autism when it's needed, you encourage her artistic pursuits, your face is arranged in an objectively nice pattern. I'm poor, I'm an ex-con, a recovering druggie, and a college dropout. All of which she's fully aware of. She went to your sobriety birthday with a massive cake, the leftovers of which you hogged entirely to yourself without letting me take any home. You had 5 slices. Jennifer Charles, I am a fairy. So know that I'm physically incapable of lying or sugarcoating the truth when I say that your flaws do not make you unlovable, nor are they a deal breaker for anyone with a functioning brain. Your experiences, shitty though they were, have made you who you are, and we like this person. I like hanging out with you, and so does the boss, and so does Nicole.
Let's go out.
Just, I don't know. Research some movies or plays in the area that won't trigger her sensory issues and see if she's willing to go to one. They've got days where tickets are cheap. You buy the ticket, she buys the popcorn. Or, she's a geek. There are some free museums deeper in the city. Well, she did mention wanting to learn about magic. And there is the art museum. Alright, I'll figure it out. Thanks, Cyrus. Sure. Do not tell Nicole or Bob or anyone else. Fine. Good afternoon, Nicole. You don't normally come in on Tuesdays. I wanted to talk to you without JC here, or Cyrus. I want this to be secret. Okay? Why? How do I ask JC out on a date?
Yes! Yes!
And
Yes!
worst case scenario, they say no, you two are a little awkward for a bit, and then you go back to being friends. It'll sting, but it's much better than living in an uncertain limbo or missing your chance entirely. Right. Thank you. Ignore it. I've enchanted it to appear whenever someone says thank you to me or Cyrus, which is not the best system. Did you want a drink before you go? No, I need to go to the academy. The kids and I are starting pottery today. Bye. Ooh, sounds messy. Have fun. Was that Nicole? She's usually not in on non-JC days. It was. She had a private, personal matter to discuss with me, and she asked that I not spread it around. Everything okay? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready do I need to be to say my last goodbyes? Well into the negatives. It's fine, she's fine, no danger or harm. In fact, I do believe things will go in a very positive direction. Huh. That's funny. I also had a private, personal discussion with our contract baker the other day. Did you now? They kind of swore me to secrecy too, but yeah. Was this conversation encouraging in nature? There was definitely some encouragement, some nudging, a strong desire to drop-kick them into a therapist's office. Most people would benefit from being drop-kicked into a therapist's office. Did they seem willing to pursue some action after your chat? Oh yeah. Whether or not that'll stick is a question that'll haunt me until something actually happens. What about Nicole? Oh, you know her. She wants to gather as much information as possible before pursuing any action, especially when such action involves other people and social settings. Another both moving at a sloth's pace. Each individual and each relationship has its own pace. I still say we should just shove them in the storage closet. No closet!
Okay, I can't hear Cyrus.
Could I please speak with the manager / Fae sorceress? You're speaking to her. Great. You can call me Mike. I'm part of the Witch Coven over on Stoughton Street. I just wanted to ask you about your magical ingredients, specifically where you get them, who supplies you, their contact info. Oh, of course. Stoughton Street. As in William Stoughton, Chief Justice of the Salem Witch Trials? Yeah, we could have set up shop literally anywhere else, but we firmly believe in the power of ironic justice. Did you ever meet him? Were you there? Sadly, no. I was in the Fae realm at the time. I didn't hear about it until after. I would have loved to have a personal chat with such a man. Perhaps provide a demonstration of the magic he loathed. Anyway, suppliers. So most of the magical ingredients like Essence of Hellfire, Siren Song, Unicorn Blood, they cannot be safely consumed by mortals in their pure or raw form. They have to be diluted, pasteurized, purified, and otherwise meddled with for safe consumption. And that's the form that I get them in. I don't know if that'll work for your purposes or if my suppliers will sell them to you in the raw original form, but I can get you some numbers. Hold on. Take your time. I got nowhere to be. And I think I'm gonna poke your employee into making... Yeah, hey, hi. Could I have one of those Dryad Raspberry Mochas, please? A small? Thank you. Here's a 20 and the magic tip jar. There it is. That's for the change. Humans can do magic? Oh, yeah, it's not as powerful or as overt as fairy magic. They can just bend reality like Play-Doh. We have limitations and usually need tools or ingredients. We gotta get a little creative with it. Hence the reason I'm here. Sorry, I think I interrupted. Oh, you're fine. Witches have a lot of misconceptions surrounding us. I'm always happy to talk about the craft. I'm Mike, he, him pronouns. Nicole, she, her. So what kind of spells do you... he can't do any spells. Everyone knows only girls can be witches. You definitely interrupted. Yes, he did, with one of those misconceptions I mentioned. Witchcraft is a traditionally feminine vocation, yeah, thanks to centuries of misogyny pushing them out of every other field. But there's nothing stopping men from joining them, or from doing magic. Please, he's hustling you, lady. And if he's not, he's obviously not a real man. You should be talking to a real gentleman. I was. You interrupted us. Hey, no need for that attitude. I'm just trying to help you here. No, you're not, and she's clearly not interested. Please leave us alone. You have a problem with me? Right now, I'm only annoyed with you. You being smart with me? Let's take this outside, you and me. You're seriously going to escalate this into violence that quickly? Over what? A mild disagreement and the hope that kicking my ass will impress her? I'm half your size and severely undercaffeinated. She's not going to be impressed. I don't like seeing people fight anyway.
Saying sexist, misogynist, that stuff.
Thank you. For what? Giving me the chance to curse you with perpetual singleness and the inability to get laid. Excuse me? Yeah, well, our fairy friends could do that to you and more just because you stepped into their domain or if they know your name. Which, by the way, Nicole, that's kind of like the passcode to the laptop that is the human. As I mentioned earlier, human witches have limitations. If we want to curse or bless someone, we need a piece of that person. This can be something like their clothing or jewelry if they regularly wear it, or an item that they are very emotionally attached to, but it's best to have a piece of their body. Hair, nails, blood, spit from a coffee cup. I'll never win in a fist fight, but pissing off a witch of any gender, that's just a bad idea. As is insulting a fairy's guest in front of her. Walk away now, though, and I will toss this. You'll live to fail to impress another girl another day. In the trash with you. Sorry you had to deal with that, Nicole. He seemed weirdly angry. It's because you're an objectively pretty girl and he wanted to impress you. Anyway, oh, mocha, thank you. Good shit. Anyway, I have a question about spells. Who's the guy talking to Nicole? Oh, he's a witch asking about my suppliers. I'm making a list of them so his coven can contact them, and Nicole has a strong interest in magic, so I imagine he's answering several questions and probably inviting her to join his coven.
Is Jay-Z jealous?
What? What's with the look? There's no need for jealousy, Jennifer Charles. I'm not jealous. If Nicole wants to pursue magic and become a badass witch, hey, that's totally awesome, and she should absolutely do it. Even if the person teaching her is a cute soft boy. You're correct, and you still have no reason to be jealous. Trust me on that. Whatever, I'm gonna go put away the desserts. I assume that person is the reason you're asking me about love spells? That's JC, Jennifer Charles. I don't want a love potion or anything that will create fake emotions or take away their willpower. If I ask them out and they say yes, I want that to be their decision, not a spell or a chemical. But I was wondering if there was a good luck charm that will bring about the ideal circumstances for a yes, or tell me when it's the right time to ask. I'm very bad with social situations.
Okay. I'm sorry I'm being really quiet about this. I'm trying to get us through the 2 seasons without going over 5 o'clock. Maybe we can get through season 10 as well if we just do this. Depends how short these are. I actually didn't look at the timestamps or the time, time length. So tired. I'm currently only running on freaking fruit salad from yesterday. If I don't drink or anything else to eat. Running on fruit salad. Guess what?
Gold love conundrum. You're right about the potions. They're basically date rape drugs, and we finally got official legislation passed to legally classify them as such. However, there is such a thing as a love magnet, which is much more ethical. Basically, you enchant an object or a person into sending this big green light across the cosmos. It'll attract people who are already interested in you. I hate to use the analogy because it's got some messed up connotations, but it's like throwing chum into the water. You're definitely going to draw out a bunch of sharks, but that's as far as it'll go. You have to be the one to land them, so to speak. Ah, that sounds good. Can we do that? Possibly. Theoretically, anyone can be a witch and do magic, but also theoretically, anyone can do math. It takes time to get the hang of it. There are multiple levels and areas of complexity, and some people just naturally have a knack for it, while others fail basic algebra. Twice. You mentioned you may be part Fae? Okay, that'll definitely up your chances. Love spells are not my forte, but that's why we work in covens. Here, let me give you my card and contact info. Our spells are closed to the public. You need a special invite, which is what I'm giving to you. We're meeting up tomorrow night. If I'm not there, just tell them that I sent you, and you can see what we do, if it's something you're interested in, and we can absolutely walk you through this first spell tomorrow night. Thank you. You are welcome. I'm sorry, my butt's buzzing. Oh, come on. Are you alright?
In Albion, no matter where you go or what you do, your mount will accompany you on your journey. Perhaps...
Jennifer Charles, a moment. Thank you. Hand this list over to Mike. Seriously? Why me? Trust me. Fine. I'm fine, just annoyed. Oh, is that for me? Yeah, one list of magical ingredient suppliers. Are you okay? Yeah, my daughter just ate the last of the donuts. How old's your kid? 3. And she doesn't even eat them. She just licks the frosting off and leaves behind the best part, which no one will eat because it's covered in toddler drool. Sorry. I am sorry. I take it your co-parent texted you this tragedy? Yeah, my wife is texting me the full blow-by-blow. She's also asking me to get more donuts on the way home, so I gotta bail. Nicole, lovely to meet you. I hope to see you tomorrow, and if you have any issues, my cell phone number is on that card, so just give me a ring or a text. Don't know who you are, but thank you for the paperwork. Sorceress Bob, much appreciation, and the mocha was incredible. See you all later.
I have good vibes about the witch. Mike, what's his name?
So Nicole, you're gonna be a witch now? That's cool. Welcome to CaFae Latte. We are almost at closing time, but you caught me before I shut down the espresso machine. What are we having? So this is the magical fairy place? Okay. Do you have a magical drink that'll keep me warm throughout the night? I know it's finally starting to warm up out there, but hypothermia is still a thing. I take it that a roof over your head isn't an option? All the shelters I follow up I checked. Ah. Well, I can absolutely enchant any number of drinks to stay hot for far longer than they should. 7 hours tends to be my limit, and that will cost an extra $1. I also have a list of various organizations and resources designed to help people experiencing homelessness that I provide at no extra cost. My contract baker added a few more that they found particularly helpful in the past. However, there is something else that I can do. Do you have a spell that'll magically get me out of homelessness permanently rather than having me duck in and out of it like I have been for the past 10 years? Yes. Seriously? It would be a combination of 2 spells, good luck and good fortunes. Fortunes that you would have to use wisely, as the spell does wear off after 7 years. Unless I get your full name and bless you permanently, but that will cost extra. And what is the cost? Well, you have 2 options, either an upfront payment of a significant amount of money, or a blank check IOU. To a fairy, yes, and I reserve the right to call upon it at any time and place. But for the drink you're asking for now, and I recommend that with a chai or vanilla tea, as it brings a lavender aftertaste that goes quite well with those flavors, that's just $4 to $6, depending on drink and size, and that is including the enchantment. A small tea, please, whatever flavor. I only have $4.50, and you're guaranteed to get me out of homelessness. Permanently. I swear on my name and all other sacred things, if you let me bless you, you will be out of homelessness within 2 months, and that will last for as long as the blessing does. Oh, fuck it. You got a piece of paper. I'll feel better if something like this is in writing.
I'll swear.
Okay, so you've chosen to enchant this ring, very classic, to be your love magnet. We'll walk you through this, but you've got to be the driving force behind it. What do you mean by that? Well, witchcraft is not an exact science. It's more of a test of wills. You are essentially ordering the cosmos to bend to your will. Now, while this has limits, it also means that it only works if the person doing the ordering has conviction. If you try to order someone into doing what you say, but you don't even believe in yourself, they're not going to follow you. Same basic principle with magic. You can have all of the technical things right, all of the ingredients, even magical ingredients, but if you don't believe that it works, it's not going to work. Conversely, you can get away with not using any proper ingredients if you have enough conviction. This is why a lot of people think that human witchcraft is literally hocus pocus or all in our heads, placebo effect or self-fulfilled prophecy or, whatever. Maybe they were right before fairies and vampires and everything else became public and more widespread, but since then, Shit's gotten real. When the body bends, so does the shadow. I'm a Nichiren Buddhist. There's a quote from our founder that likens Buddhism or belief to the human body, and society or exterior circumstances to its shadow. When the body moves, so does the shadow. Exactly. That's the energy you need to cast this spell. Well then, let's get started. Even I can tell how awkward this is. What are the three of you doing? Shh. We're watching a very bad first date. Oh. I just cannot believe that you've never seen Star Wars. You're either lying or you've got absolutely no taste. I'm making you watch the original trilogy for our second date. Well, let's not be hasty. No, I mean it. I know you said you have no intention of ever seeing them, but come on. What kind of stupidity led you to make that decision? Oh, ignoring and insulting her desires. That's a sign. Boss, if anyone deserves to be cursed with silence, I want to see if he turns this around. You know, I wish I could say that this is the worst date I've ever seen, but I've actually been on worse. Me too. Of course you have. We've met Vlad. You stay right there, sugar. I'm gonna go take a shit. I'm going to tell her that since everything has been paid for, she is more than free to go, and I will personally cover her. I've got the customers coming in. Hey guys, welcome to CaFae Latte. Ugh, poor girl. Better luck next time. Cafes are a very traditional first date, but I also heard that movies are a good one. Yeah, those are both pretty classic. Or going to some kind of show. It gives the two of you something to talk about. What do you prefer? I mean, speaking as a broke-ass bitch, I tend to go for free or cheap stuff, even if my date can afford...
No, Daniel, don't go look with witchcraft. No witchcraft. We'll stick to the fantasy books and movies, shows, that stuff. I'm writing fantasy books. You can chill. No witchcraft. Nuh-uh.
The classier, expensive things, I don't want to seem like I'm mooching off of them, but, The Magical History Museum is free on Thursdays. I didn't know you had an interest in magic. Not really. I'm kind of indifferent to magic overall. Like, it's cool that you're into it, but I'm not really into it. But, like, the museum's got a dragon exhibit going on, and it's dragons. That trumps everything. And I checked their website and emailed them, and there's nothing with strobe lights or anything that'll really set off a sensory issue. Good. Do you want to go? Yeah, sure. Wait, so just to double, triple, quadruple check here, because I've been tiptoeing around this. Like a date. No, not like a date, as a date. You're awesome and cute, and I want to hang out.
Yeah! No crucial... No, don't go do witchcraft.
Yeah, you too. Thursday, after you're done with the kiddos at your school. And here is your coffee.
Yes! You're going.
Oh,
sorry.
Shit, is it happening?
Oh,
Shush! Huh? Shush. Not you. You can bail. In fact, you should bail.
Going on a date! Yes! 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 It's me, Nicole. Kind of going on dates. I should not be so obsessed with the series, but here I am. Yes!
Cyrus, can you watch the cafe for a while? I've got to meet someone. If it's Vlad, bring your sword. It is not Vlad. It's one of the local witch covens. Not Nicole's, a new one. They've got a couple of questions for me. And you've got the heart of a teacher. And or you just like being the smartest person in the room. I got the cafe, boss. It's dead and we close in a couple of hours anyway. Go, shoot. Don't burn the place down. Hey, that was one time and it was an accident. Gas stoves were so finicky back then.
They just cross down.
Hi, you can call me Nancy. And I'm Lindsay. Bob. Just the two of you today? Alright. For a first-time coven, this location is not bad. Yeah, we thought about going out into the forest, but that's a long-ass drive away, and most of us don't have cars, and, God help you if the weather's bad. But my buddy decided to start a new business throwing events, weddings, and whatnot, and bought this place, and he lets us use it on the weekends. Very nice. So you said you had some questions about a spell that requires multiple people, but you weren't sure about the specifics. Can you tell me what... You've got a fairy circle under this carpet, don't you? Yeah. Please don't be mad. We've been trying our own spells, but human magic just isn't powerful enough for what we need to do. You are breaking guest rights by kidnapping and imprisoning me, and then you ask that I not be mad? Well, oh, shut your mouth, Lindsay. About that? You really think we're gonna be dumb enough to give a fairy our real names? Well, you're certainly dumb enough to capture one.
Look through the window. Yeah,
There's a creative side hustle almost nobody is talking about, and it's not content creation, being a YouTuber or a streamer.
That's not going to work. We installed a device that blocks all cell phone signals. No one's coming to rescue you. All right, I'm intrigued. Why did you go through the risk of capturing a fairy? Is someone sick? Dying? We need to be rich and famous. Seriously? We've been broke our whole lives. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck, and our magic just isn't good enough to change that. Magic is only as effective as you believe it is. Even so, fairies are just more powerful.
Witchcraft.
And you didn't think to ask me and be in your debt? No way. So bless us with good fortune, and I'll let you go. That's a fair deal, don't you think? I'll need your names. I'm sure you can find a workaround. And until you do, you get to stay here.
Yeah, CaFae.
What the hell are you doing here? I thought tonight was date night. Yeah, it is. Nicole's picking me up, but I was a doof and realized I forgot my charger here. Oh, humans and their technology. I would pity you, except I absolutely am addicted to my playlist. Hey, Nicole. Hi. JC, you ready to go? Yeah, sure. Cyrus, you got someone. Yeah. Welcome to CaFae Latte. Your boss lady's been captured by witches. Whoa, what? And who are you? I'm Carl. She blessed me to get out of homelessness for an IOU. I actually wanted to talk to her about that because I got in touch with my brother that I lost contact with ages ago, and he's letting me sleep at his place, and I got a couple of job interviews lined up, but I still need money now, so I was panhandling over by the new witch coven because magical people usually have more money, and I saw her go in, and then I saw this weird glow from the windows, and when I took a peek, I saw that they had her in some sort of glowing circle thing that she couldn't get out of, and they were demanding that she bless them with money. Holy shit, you can capture a fairy like that? You can capture Bob like that? Yeah, it's called a fairy circle. I thought those were entrances into the Fae realm, like with the mushrooms and... No, those are fairy portals. Fairy circles keep us locked in. They're what happens when you combine magic with iron. How the hell did she fall for that? It was hidden under the carpet. Oh. Classic. That'll do it. How long can she stay there? The circle itself won't hurt her, but the humans she's with... I'm immortal. I have far more time on my hands than you do. Yeah, but we have iron rods and iron bullets, and I've always been curious about just how it burns your kind. Should we really be doing this? Shut up. Alright, let's see how you compare to the dwarves who captured me during the Fairy Dwarf War.
Ooh, we should get fight.
I truly do. I say this as someone who has spent time behind bars. Why capture a fairy? There's like 8 different problems with that. Supposedly you can make them do spells for you. A lot of witches in history weren't actually witches, they just enslaved a fairy. Other times they wanted to harness it for magical body parts. Well, let's hope they're not that desperate. Is this the place Carl taught us? That's it. What's the plan? Oh, I've got one. Whoa, how long have you been packing that? Since Vlad the Vampire. Also since the uptick in hate crimes against trans and non-binary people. The silver bullets cost an arm and a leg, and I do have a couple clips of pure iron ones just in case we need a dickish fairy. But regular lead, that's cheap. We don't know how many are in there. And if they're smart, they'll have weapons too. Magical and regular. Alright, here's the plan. Just give us our blessing, and I won't burn and beat you with this thing. Well, if the blessing you wanted was to save a life rather than for your own selfish desires of fame and fortune, I would seriously consider it. But it's not, so I won't. I don't think that we should... That's supposed to burn you! Not through clothing, it doesn't. And I make sure that my aprons are very thick and durable. Okay, fine. I've got iron bullets. If we do that, we go down for murder. I'm not gonna kill her. I'm just gonna injure her a little. You two do not seem to be on the same page at all. Nancy is obviously the driving force here, but Lindsay, I suspect you have a bit too much of a moral backbone to truly want any part of this. Well, you need money to live, and nothing else has worked. Shut up. And you start blessing, or I'm gonna start shooting. Hey, whoa, ladies. Let's not be hasty. Okay, I've unlocked the front door here for you, but it looks like it's gonna go straight into the main center. You'll have no cover. There's a back door, but it's locked. Not for long, it's not. I've never seen a lock that I couldn't pick.
Really?
Awesome. I'll distract them as long as I can while you do your thing. Wait. This is enchanted with luck, my second ever spell. If it stops ticking, it means I need to refresh it, according to Mike. Aw, thanks. It's like a little rib cage. Kinda creepy, but very cool. You took a good luck charm on our date? I wanted it to go well, although I don't think it worked. Disagree. It took a lot of luck just to find out the boss was missing this quickly. Come on, show me this back door.
Should be.
You two do not seem to be on the same page at all. Nancy is obviously the driving force here, but Lindsay, I suspect that you have a bit too much of a moral backbone to truly want any part of this. Well, you need money to live, and nothing else has worked. Shut up. And you start blessing, or I'm gonna start shooting. Hey, whoa, ladies. Let's not be hasty. You. What are you doing here? Well, I heard that you managed to capture one of the most powerful and notorious fairies in recent history. I got a little curious. And you were fool enough to come here by yourself? What'd you expect? We know all about you two, Cyrus. You don't do any magic, so you're worthless. You must have come to rescue her. Does this look like a rescue to you? Well, why else would you be here? Well, if you've done your homework, you'll know just how many fairy wards end up rising up against their owners. Sorry, benefactors. Oh, that is quite the attitude. Wait, hold up. You don't like her? Lady, I haven't seen my parents in almost 200 years. Or my homeland. I've been working food service for decades now, serving ungrateful humans and vampires who spit on my kind. You really expect me to just be okay with that?
So I love.
You didn't give me a yes or no answer.
I mean, if you want me to leave, I can't riz my live stream. Also, leaving the live stream means ending it. So, either way. Or just don't say it. Respectfully. I don't mean to be rude, but yeah. It's something. You? Have you gotten? Yeah? I'm a teenager. I'm a teenager, of course that happens. Teenage woman. It just means you hit puberty, so. But talk to like an older woman about this. Like your mom or something. So why are you asking me this? Alright. Yeah, then go talk to like your mom about it. Show us the stuff you need. So I don't really know what I can't explain about it. Like for me, the first day is painful with a bunch of shower cramps. The first time. Yeah. You're gonna have terrible cramps. Go talk to your mom about it. I can't really say anything. You can have cramps like the entire week. The entire week about it, or just like, for me, I just have a day one when I first get it and it'll happen every month, 1 week every month, or sometimes shorter. Mine's only like 5 days. So I get like every month at different times, like for 5 days. The first day, it's painful cramps. Other days, just kind of doesn't exist. What should we do once? My older brother's pretty sure he's pacing back and forth, so push down for this.
Don't. I'm 15 feet away from you. How did you miss?
Would you shut up?
Seriously, I'm not exactly small. Oh, did it jam on you? Stupid old piece of shit. Hi.
Yeah, it'll be fine, alright?
Quite the good luck charm you made there, Nicole. Thank you.
Okay,
Bob, move your feet. I'm almost done breaking the circle. You okay, Bob? I am completely unharmed, psychologically sound, and honestly quite impressed. And also furious at Cyrus for almost getting himself shot. Yeah, this was all his idea. I'd have ducked. Also, Nicole, this stopped ticking, so your good luck spell wore off. 2 attempts on your life will do that. Circle's down. Bob is free. You're learning magic remarkably quickly. Well done. As for you two... Yeah? What are you gonna do? You can't legally kill us, and we're not in your domain, and you don't know our names, so you can't curse us. Margaret Nancy Johnson and her spineless sister, Teresa Lindsay Johnson.
Who?
Huh? You left your purses against the wall. We found your wallets. And the $53 inside. Hey!
You.
Mean. Petty theft is very different from kidnapping. I'll keep my moral high ground, thank you. I prefer to think of it as earning your wages fair and square. Margaret Nancy and Teresa Lindsay, you both kidnapped me and attempted to torture me to gain wealth and fame. I will grant you 1/2 of that wish. Really? You will be famed throughout the world for your ill-thought-out cruelty. All will know of what you did today and your stunning failure. If you currently have jobs, I'd recommend putting in your 2 weeks. That is not fair. Well, it's the same thing as calling the cops on you, just less of a hassle for us. And unlike a felony record, my spell has a very clear, simple ending. This fame and ill luck will persist until you manage to visibly, undeniably, and significantly improve the lives of at least 7 other people, each of you. So, to make everyone forget that we did this and also have good luck, we have to help a total of 14 people? 7 each, yes. Good luck.
You enjoying the sandwich? I bet the old Tom does. Oh, kind of a little spray.
Can we get fast food every time we make the bad guys go away? We would bloat like hot air balloons if we did that. Yeah, God forbid you look like every other American. Shush. How did you know that I'd been kidnapped so quickly by those 2 witches? Carl, the homeless guy you blessed to not be homeless anymore, he saw you through the window. He refused to do more than give us a heads up since the army gave me enough memories of blood and bullets. And I'm pretty sure Nicole's good luck charm helped out since he burst into the cafe right when all 3 of us were there. It may not have been me. Fairies are magical creatures. I'm sure they have natural luck. Oh, we do. And Boss has at least 3 good luck charms on her person at any given time. Or was it 4?
What was it for?
I've honestly lost track. I'm definitely going to consider the IOU on Carl paid in full. He could easily have left me alone in the hope of the witches doing away with me and guaranteeing that he'd never have to pay me back. Oh my god, your date. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know what it says about me, but while that was definitely the most unconventional first date, definitely not the worst. I agree. The whole point of dating is to see if you're romantically compatible with the other person in both good and bad circumstances. We managed to work very well together in a crisis, too, if we count the incident with Vlad, so that's a very good sign. Yeah, the witchcraft was sexy as all hell, too. Don't be horny on Maine. Hey, you're the one who wanted to set us up. Well, as glad as I am that you're both being optimistic about this, I insist on making it up to you. I know the curator of the Magical History Museum. They can give you a behind-the-scenes look. Well, Bob, dude, no. You don't have to make it up to us, okay? I get that fairies are all about fair trade, and as your baker contractor, I totally appreciate that. But also, we're friends. Or at least I like to think we are. And while a friendship should definitely, benefit all parties, there's no keeping score or contract or whatever. So, we're good.
So, Bob needs to, chill. We'll just connect.
Yeah, fairies don't do that. We are friends, and I acknowledge that, and I absolutely would have done the same for you. But leaving anything that even vaguely resembles a debt is like keeping an open scab on the back of my mind. Oh, come on. And I have genuine gratitude for you risking yourselves to get me out. So let me pay for a proper first date. You'd have gotten out on your own. Oh, absolutely. But it would have been dreadfully annoying and would not have included watching Cyrus try to play mind games on two witches without lying, although I could have gone without the near shooting. Next time I'm just stabbing them. Less headache, more catharsis.
Yeah. See, Cyrus knows that. Cyrus was saying this is irritation. Oh my god, the quotes on stuff.
Build a website you love.
So we're on scene
with
10.
Wix.
You have 14 minutes left.
For your words,
I'm gonna do that.
Create your
Mike, and it's 30 minutes long. We are not gonna get past in the 14 minutes we have. So we have a few options. We could start this one, but I'm not going to write it down. Don't remember where we left off. Then restart it next time. Next time we watch this, probably next week, something like that. Or we could either chat, or we could write. Sorry, I was trying to think of the words. So I was reading the description. A priest walks into a fairy cafe. Swallows a goblin, a dwarf, a gnome, a witch, 2 door ashes, and a Bible thumper. So we have 3 options in the 13 minutes now. I'm thinking we also probably just write. Or I could pull up the live chat on my computer and I can make a video for you guys on my phone for a little bit. 12 minutes. But, again, we could just talk. As we're doing a writing stream tomorrow. But I'm probably talking about a few scenes of books. I do want to talk about the latest one. Maybe a few confusions in that. So the latest scene I just wrote was between Henry and Sloane. I don't want to fully a bunch of it. I won't fully over it. Read stuff from it, that stuff. Just so it's between Henry and Sloane, the River parents, the River family parents, and it kind of lays out a prophecy that Leah was told to find by Laura, but Quill left it, forgot to tell Leah. That's not actually written now, it's just explained. She talks about it in Blake, her young brother. But Sloane mentions it, and Henry gets tired of Sloane holding secrecy. And saying it's no longer protection, it's more concealment. And I had to search up the freaking definition of concealment before using it for some reason. Don't ask. there's a lot going on in book 14. I don't know. I just, yeah. Chapter 1 is just cracks in the land of darkness. Chaos. Chapter 2 is a Royal Council meeting. Still kind of chaos, but Darcy gets up and leaves when the cracks are mentioned. When she, starts over her answer about the cracks. And, Leah asks. Chapter 3 is Darcy's POV, where she accidentally kills a guard. Slowly loses her magic, might be gaining conscience of their own. And bolts off, and talks to acting on EXE, helps Nova with something, and then talks to Nextville before it ends. Chapter 4 is Madison's POV, where she's worried about Darcy. Vivian's tired of everything, having to rule the kingdom by herself, because Darcy's gone. Stella keeps leaving, and Madison's too worried about Darcy, and her being gone for a while. That just leaves Madison to not work, and Vivian to rule. Him, the ruler of the land of darkness. And then Darcy's come home and stuff happens. It's a very funny interaction between Darcy and Madison. Darcy compares Madison's knowledge, the mortals. That's a reason why she loves her. But yeah, and chapter 5 switches back to Leah's POV. What happened in chapter 5? I don't remember. The frick? Yeah, that was something. Marta, I got it. 9, 8, 7. Oh yeah, so chapter 5, back to Leah's POV. She ends up, so it's called, never mind, not going with titles of chapters. It's, Leah ends up waking up in the middle of the night, gets Noxia to stop her, but she ends up trying to train, but gets interrupted, and gets a message from the Northern Kingdom. And she stops an army, from the Northern Kingdom Royal Army, of possibly sending attacks. But they went to send a message, actually, to Leah. But since she's not, decked out in her royal outfits and the crown, they don't exactly recognize her at first. Especially because it's, the middle of the night. Or something like that. It's an ungodly hour, that's what I'm gonna say. Chapter 6 is actually Leah talking to Haven and talking to Sloane. Excuse me, sorry. And going off to North Kingdom, helping them with what's happening. But during the journey there, Sloane gets a headache or it's a migraine. But it's important, it leads something that happens in chapter 8. Chapter 7, and then but instead of staying an extra hour, like they said they would, Sloane kind of forces Leah for them to get out of there and go back to Eighth Crest, because Sloane needs to talk to her, the other ancient beings. Chapter 8 goes back to Darcy's POV, where she's training against Nextville, hence the Dynasty video you guys saw. But it also leads to them talking about stuff, and then Nextville talking to Sloane while she's trying to heal the two up about what happens in chapter 6. Then chapter 9, it leads back to Leah's POV again, because it's technically me and her POV, the stories, but occasionally does swap. So chapter 9 is, I just finished writing this. What is? So she enters the library and is sent on and is trying to find a little prophecy scroll that Quill left in a book. But forgot to tell Leah, so Laura told Leah, and now she's doing that. Blake tries to scare her, but fails. So then he questions how she knows what book the scroll is in, but she finds it. He says he won't judge her anymore. The scroll has a dialogue line from Ivan from book 1. So Blake needs to go talk to Ivan, and Sloan enters the library. He talks to Sloan. She gets scared by her at first because the lights were bright, so the sun's really bright, shining into the library. So and it brightens up Sloan's silhouette magic, I guess. Yeah. And then after that, and then there's a time skip to Leah walking to the basement, hearing her siblings in the gaming room. But then they mentioned that Leah has like an alcoholic work schedule. Like a workaholic schedule. But then when Henry tries to add to it, Leah shuts him down and tells him to go find the mother. So in chapter 10 it switches to Henry's POV, where he goes to find Sloan and talks to her about stuff, where Sloan can't reveal much as well. She slowly hints into what happens later in the book, like near the end during like the final fight and that stuff. But oh, hi. Hey, Gridon. How are you? I'm trying to stalk him. Cause we had like 10 minutes left. No, like 14 minutes left when we finished watching season 9. So, and season 10 is 30 minutes long. We're not gonna get past that in 14 minutes. I'm just talking like, so, in chapter 10 of book 14, it's in Henry's POV. He goes to talk to Sloan about stuff, but the thing is, she hints about, I'm doing fine. I'm actually doing kind of great. I'm getting stuff written. In chapter 10, in Henry's POV, Sloan, like, hints at what happens later in the book. Because she's an ancient being, she knows. But she also can't spoil stuff to Henry, because he's not an ancient being. So she doesn't even know what prophecy Quill is writing about. So she knows some stuff, but doesn't fully know, but also can detect what the prophecies, what the scrolls say, as she can was that voice correct? If it was, I'm sorry. She can understand what Quill's writing. As you know, they're both ancient beings. All the ancient beings can understand each other, no matter what they speak in. The ancient language, the prophecy language that Quill writes in, all that stuff. Like, I stand up because I've seen down for a little too long. And then where I am in chapter 10, I finished 8 parts. I'm going to do a time skip where Henry goes down to hell, and Henry walks up to the Devil's Palace in hell and has to talk to the demons. Including my rooms, so I'm listening. I can't check too much. Yeah, no, that's fine. I am live streaming in a minute anyways, so that's okay. I'm not really doing anything. I'm kind of just talking. But yeah, so I don't want to spoil anything, but I really want to. But Sloan mentions that the prophecy says about a crown sinner supposed to connect it to heaven, which, if you guys don't recognize that character, crown of sinners, demons, but it's connected to heaven. Dani, the queen of hell, princess of heaven, but she's also a glitch entity. She's corrupted by the mind. Alan mentions that, Sloan talks about that Henry. Let me try that sentence. Sloan talks about that Alan mentions of glitch entities can't really, or basically there's like a glitch malfunction. So, people connected, or corrupted entities, like, made a deal with someone to become a glitch entity. Dani and Leah. Leah made a deal with Alan Visor, and Dani made a deal with Discord. So they can't really do anything with the glitch magic. That's why Leah's more sane of walking around and teleporting in book 14. That's just kind of like a side plot. It's not important, but I don't know. Maybe we'll dive into it at some point. Yeah. Whew. Covered what we have. Book 14 in like 10 minutes. Nice. Sorry. But yeah, so there's a lot going on in book 14. There's side plots, main plots, secrets that can be revealed, consequences being mentioned, a bunch of POV changes. For the most part, it will stay in Leah's POV, but there are some, like, multiple times, cool stuff. It's a lot of cool stuff. Multiple times it goes to Darcy's POV. We've hit Henry's POV at some points, because it's written out in Ashes of Eighth Crest. It goes to Ivan's POV. It's Maston's POV. There's gonna be Sloane's, Nexaviel's. There's a lot going on. I don't. So again, Moses and Leah's goes to Darcy's a lot. There's Maston's, Henry's, gonna be Nexaviel's, gonna be Ivan's. I think at some point it's gonna switch to Nox's POV as well. And Sloane's. Yeah, there's a lot. Why just do EXT? Because EXT is connected to Darcy. If you all don't remember how Darcy was cursed into what she is, I think I've already explained this. Might have not. I don't know. She was brought to 8th Crest by EXT, but she actually stepped onto the land before EXT, because he was just cursed by the Mauve Flowers magic jumping into the water, then corrupting onto his boat, and cursed him. So he actually set foot in 8th Crest. So that's why Darcy's the first being in 8th Crest. Not really, technically, because there's other people, whatevs. Until the issue is, they just kind of surrounded it. The other people kind of were just surrounding it before, so she was cursed by the Mauve Flower. AC made a deal with her, via Mauve Flower petal. She consumed it with her hand. Well, the magic dripped into her and corrupted her into the shadows. Which is how Nox's sword formed, saying the Shadow Gem. He created the palace, because he kind of felt bad, really knew just nothing. So, yeah. Catching up on lore. Yeah, there's a lot going on. But yes, Darcy was cursed by the Mauve Flower and kind of just isolated on 8th Crest, and then a few days after her curse, the Mythos Silvars kind of formed by her curse, and Actaeon was first Mythos Silvar created, so that's why he's the leader. But he also leads the other hybrids, or like the control of the hybrids, because that's magic. He can form hybrids if you really want to. He had a spell gone wrong. That's what creates Ivan's sonic corpses. His little bird monster hybrid. Ivan has a pet, by the way. Actually, a species of it, but yeah. So yeah, what were we talking about? It's gonna switch to EXT's POV, cause Darcy kind of becomes the antagonist of book 14, but it's gonna switch to POVs that has connections. People that have connections with Darcy. Minus Vivian and Stella. They might not get POVs. It's only switching to Henry's, because I can do some, like, cool descriptive stuff. If it's also go with more lore, because he actually goes to talk to the devils, the demons, technically. Whatevs. In this next part of chapter 10. But yeah, so it's switched to Leah's, because normally she's the main protagonist of the series. She's Darcy's student, you know. She has Nox. Nox is the humanoid guy of the sword that starts it all. EXE cursed her. So Darcy originally wielded Nox before passing it down to Leah. Yeah. Right. Madison is a wife. Sloane is also nice being who plays an important role in this stuff. She has a lot that she's not saying. Next reveals the leader of the Ancient Beings. Action. I mean, might not switch to his POV. Maybe. I don't know. It might switch to. It's gonna switch to Ivan's POV because it's already written out in the Ashes of Eighth Crest, which is his book. It's only where he's exactly an antagonist, just switches between scenes of his life. I kind of like there's like occasional flashbacks of his, like how he could have gone. The Ashes of Eighth Crest is basically just him, like basically just flashbacks that you guys have to piece together that Chris's backstory. Yeah. But yeah, so back to book 14, the Betrayal of Darkness. The Forbidden Magic, book 14, Betrayal of Darkness. And I just... It's a lot of just shadow magic and a bunch of stuff hinting at Darcy and her little turnaround. Yes, there were a bunch of flashbacks. Okay, not a bunch. Some flashbacks throughout the series. There's one in book 4 where it kind of like shortly describes how Darcy got cursed, and like I don't know how she met Madison. Flashbacks in book 4 where it kind of just sums up the Silent Core, which is Darcy's backstory. There's one in book 8 where when EXE is revealed to be Ronin, when Darcy gets her human memories back, just for a little bit, because of a spell gone wrong. There's probably more, I just don't remember. There's another one in book 8, where it's when the book is in Nox's POV. He talks about Darcy's mental issues. Actually, also, technically, the entirety of the Silent Core book 1, Rise of the Shadows, it's technically entirely a flashback. The prologue is Action. The prologue is Action asking Darcy about what happened, why is she broken, and then chapter 1 starts her backstory. It's technically entirely descriptive. So, the Silent Core is basically an entire backstory. Or a flashback. And, there's many flashbacks in this series. So I just realized it's 5:09. I should get going, because what am I doing anymore? So I'm gonna go. Whoever joined. Thank you. Have a good day, night, wherever we live. And we love mental issues. We love mental issues. Darcy's described a lot to be in pain. Like, mental pain, not physical pain. Mental. This woman is traumatized. I don't know what else to say. Darcy's traumatized. I don't know. And then Madison's the loving wife who puts up with it. Round of applause. Bye. Bye. Say, round of applause, Madison. She puts up with it. or willingly put up with. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. Whoever joined, thank you. Every day, night, wherever you live. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Sorry, I totally forgot. Tomorrow's Saturday. Today's Friday.